everyone, it's Hannah from Story Kids. Welcome back. I am so happy to have you here. If you've missed any of our recent episodes, you can find them right down below this video in a big playlist, as well as a link to our Facebook page, which your parents or guardians can check out if they'd like to see new videos. I'm doing my best to upload new stories every Monday and Thursday, so you can check the playlist or the Facebook page to see those videos about every Monday and Thursday. I'm trying. Today I have a super fun story for you. It's called No Roses for Harry, and it's by Jean Zion, with pictures by Margaret Bloy Graham. Do any of you have dogs or any other pets? This book is about Harry, who's a dog, as you might be able to tell from the cover. Let's get started. Looks like Harry got a present. So here we are, No Roses for Harry. Harry was a white dog with black spots. On his birthday, he got a present from Grandma. It was a woolen sweater with roses on it. Harry didn't like it the moment he saw it. He didn't like the roses. When he tried it on, he felt cozy and snug, but he still didn't like the roses. He thought it was the silliest sweater he had ever seen. I happen to love roses, but I guess they just aren't Harry's thing. The next day, when Harry went downtown with the children, he wore his new sweater. When people saw it, they laughed. When dogs saw it, they barked. Harry made up his mind then and there to lose Grandma's present. Oh, Harry! What a naughty thing to do. We shouldn't laugh at other people for the things that they wear. That's not very nice, as Harry had to learn. When the children went into a big store to shop, when they went into a big store to shop, the children took off his sweater and let him carry it. This was just what Harry wanted. What do you think he's going to do with the sweater? Do you have any guesses? First, he tried to lose it in the pet department. But a man found it and gave it back. Ugh. Then he tried to lose it in the grocery department. But a lady found it and gave it back. By the way, before we move on to the next place where Harry tried to lose his sweater, I want to point out something really cool about the illustrations. I know we talk about the illustrations or the pictures a lot here on Story Kids, and something really cool that I wanted to point out about these illustrations in particular is the use of color. You might notice on the front there are 3 colors that this book uses a lot. They use white, white, black, green, and orangey, yellowy, pink, that color. And you can see those 4 colors all throughout the book. And those are really the only colors that are used in the whole book. I'll flip through some pages so you see what I mean. And very often, colors or repeating colors are used to create themes or something called motifs, which is a fancy word for a theme, in books, in movies, and lots of things. So, for example, a commercial for a product that has a blue logo might have people wearing lots of blue shirts or eating a blue lollipop or something like that because they want to get those colors across. Any guesses why this book might use these colors? My guess is because they're the colors of flowers, the pinky orange roses and the green stems. So, and those are the colors of Harry's sweater. And then, of course, he's a black and white dog. So that's something really cool to look out for, and I think this book does it very, very obviously. So keep your eye on that. Anyway, let's continue. So the man found it in the pet department, and then the lady found it in the grocery department. Okay, next, Harry tried to lose it in the flower department. But a little boy found it and gave it back. The children didn't let Harry carry it anymore. They made him wear it. As they started home, Harry was beginning to think he'd never lose it. When he got home, his friends were waiting to play with him. But Harry didn't feel like playing, so they left him alone. As he sat wondering what to do, Harry noticed a loose stitch in his sweater. He pulled at the wool, just a little at first, and a bit more, and a little bit more. Harry didn't know it, but a bird was watching. Do we have any predictions as to what's going to happen? Harry's pulling at the wool, and there's a bird watching him do that. If you have any predictions, write them down right now, and we'll see if you were right. In a minute, Harry had pulled out quite a long piece of the wool. The end of it lay on the grass behind him. Suddenly, the bird flew down. What do you think the bird's going to do with the wool? I guess we'll find out. Okay, let's see. Quick as a flash, she took the end of the wool in her beak and flew away with it. It all happened before Harry could even blink. What could a bird possibly want with wool? The sweater began to disappear before Harry's eyes. First one leg, then the neck, then the other leg, then the back, and finally, the whole thing was just one long piece of wool flying off into the sky. The sweater was gone. Harry could hardly believe it. He barked and jumped with joy. Then he ran out of the yard. So all of a sudden, his sweater has been all unraveled by the bird. He ran down the street barking thank you to the bird over and over again. The bird and wool were just a tiny speck in the sky, but Harry kept following them. And you can look here again, see the illustrator's use of green and orange. And there's the bird up in the corner. He came home thirsty and tired and was having a drink in the kitchen when the children ran in. "We got a letter from Grandma," one said. "She's coming to visit us," shouted the other. Harry thought of the sweater and his tail drooped. He feels badly for trying to lose it because he loves Grandma, right? Yeah. Before Grandma came, the family looked everywhere for the sweater. They wanted her to see how nice Harry looked in it. Of course, they couldn't find it. Only Harry knew why. Oh no! Harry must feel pretty badly for what he's done. Because Grandma was just trying to make him a nice sweater. That's a shame. I hope it all works out. When Grandma arrived, Harry ran to her with his leash. Then he sat up and begged. "All right, Harry," said Grandma. "After I've had my lunch and a nap, we'll go for a walk." That afternoon, Harry and Grandma and the children started off on their walk. Harry barked happily and pulled towards the park. When they got to the park, Harry pulled harder. The children let him off his leash and he ran on ahead. He seemed to be looking for something. Do you have any guesses what he's looking for? I guess we'll see soon. All at once, he stopped under a big tree. He looked up and began to bark and wag his tail. Grandma and the children came running. What do you think is in the tree? Well, it could be a squirrel, or a bug, or a leaf, or a chipmunk. What else could it be? I guess we'll find out. They got to the tree and looked up too. Suddenly, one of the children said, "I see a nest." "It's made of wool," said the other. "And it's the very same color as Harry's sweater," they shouted together. "It is Harry's sweater," exclaimed Grandma. Just then a bird looked out of the nest. "Look, Grandma, look!" shouted the children. "Harry gave his sweater to a bird." "I wonder how he did that," said Grandma. The bird sang, and Harry wagged his tail even louder. So the bird took Harry's wool and made it into a brand new nest that he loved. Or she loved. I don't know what kind of bird it was. At Christmas, Harry got a present from Grandma. It was a new sweater. Harry liked this one very much. When he tried it on, it felt as cozy and snug as the bird in the nest. But best of all, it was white with black spots. Just like he was. So he found his perfect sweater, and the bird found the perfect use for his old wool, and everybody lived happily ever after. The end. Did you like No Roses for Harry? I certainly hope you did. I think it's a really fun and sweet story, and it's a good one to listen to right now because there are lots of animals, lots of nature, and it seems pretty good to me. What do you think? Yeah, I think so too. Well, I hope you liked No Roses for Harry by Jean Zion. And until next time, I am Hannah from Story Kids. Keep on reading, everybody. Bye-bye.